Alright, hey guys, what's up? This is Shatner's Prodigy, and today I have another episode of Fabled Quasar vs. the World. There's no audio track for you guys today. One, I ran out of music, so if you have any suggestions, please leave them below. And two, I did a bit of an audio edit a little bit later on that you'll hear. And because Movie Maker only lets you have one audio track and one narration track, it just got too complicated. So here I open up with Double Upstart, trade that in for Dinotherium, and Level Eaters automatically special summon out the Dinotherium because I have Grimrose and I don't want to have Grimrose in the graveyard whenever I use Dinotherium. There I'm unfortunate enough to draw into another Fabled, so I'm stuck looking for what I want to do. And I add Nizuchi and Crust thinking I can make some sick plays here. And then I realize that I only have 2 open monster spots, so I'm stuck in a predicament where I have to choose between summoning out Nizuchi or summoning out Shawa, which is never a good place to be in. I choose summon Reagan to get the draw as opposed to TG Hyperlibrarian. So here I summon out another Reagan, get 2 draws. He says Savage. Man, you wish it was over. Little does he know I drew Soul Charge. Special summon out 2 monsters as per the course, if you can do. And I bring out that Formula Synchron for the 1 draw into Foolish Burial. That's not doing me any good. I bring back out Level Eater. I'm going to send Glow Up to the graveyard just to try and keep this train rolling. I want to bring you guys some double Quasars, you know? And so I summon out Tuningware, but don't call Gangsta Ganks just yet. I know I already normal summon that Level Eater, but don't worry, I have the double summon. I flip it up. Okay, good. Okay. Gangsta Ganks wasn't looking too closely there. So there I summon out Orient Dragon, and I stupidly don't use Level Eater on Orient Dragon, which would at least let me, what do you call it? At least let me Black Rose Dragon on his turn using Formula Synchron and the now level 5 Orient Dragon. But instead I don't even do that, I just summon out Orient Dragon prematurely against Beals, which is an incredibly stupid move. But here I'm going to gate Malia's effect, and he's acting kind of like a little bit of a jerk. I mean, in retrospect, it was a little bit of a mistake, because what would that even accomplish? Because he could just make it going into a level 6 and then going into a level 8 using Plague Spreader out of the graveyard. But he goes for Beals there, and then he sends a card back to the top of his deck for Plague. And I'm considering what I'm going to do to get out of this. My options are pretty limited. I do have that, what do you call it? I have that Formula Synchron as a light tuner if I need it. I can't go into any type of plays on his turn with Formula Synchron since I didn't do that. If you don't know, he summons out Revive King Hadez, which is a card that's essentially Soul Drain if it destroys a monster, or a zombie-type monster destroys a monster. It negates its effects in the graveyard. And so he uses Orient Dragon to banish Shooting Quasar Dragon. That ain't no fuss. I just special summon out Shooting Star Dragon. He summons out Plague Spreader, and he goes for a Void Ogre Dragon, but honestly, at this point, I'm not even phased. Because what's Void Ogre Dragon going to do to me, honestly? It can't get over, what do you call it, Shooting Star Dragon, and I already used Soul Charge, so any other spell card I use right now is just gravy. And I'm essentially using it for no reason whatsoever. So I draw into a Fabled Crust, and this allows me to get the cards I need to make Raven level 3 and go for a level 7 in Michael the Arclight Sworn. I banish his Beals because I have no other way of getting over it, and I just start playing the beatdown game, you know? The beatdown game goes as the beatdown game goes. She's at 10,000 life points, so it's really just a matter of time. So I start milling for Michael. He mills 3 during each of my end phases. He sets a card. I'm debating whether or not to use Michael's effect. In the end, I decide not to, I think. I decide to see if I can go for multiple attacks with Shooting Star Dragon. I don't hit anything, so I just decide to go to battle phase. My rationale is, if that's a Mirror Force, I can just negate it with Shooting Star Dragon. If it's like a D-Prison, whatever, I'll lose one of my monsters. But there's really nothing I can do about it beyond that. And so here I'm debating what to do. I just banish that monster and decide I'm going for game. And yeah, attack. He doesn't banish the Zombie Master, but it doesn't really matter. And I say GG, show my hand, and I'm out. So that was a good win. Nice quick win. Only 5 minutes. So let's see. Next up, we're playing against Isaiah G3523. So here I drop the Dinotherium immediately, and I go for that. TG Hyper Librarian. And then I dump the Level Leader, and this is actually a really strong play going first, because it gets you 2 draws for the cost of 3 cards. So you essentially go +1, I think. I think overall it's a +1. Yeah. I don't know if I did some funky math there, but whatever. So here I'm making every play I can, and I activate that, get that back, and I'm able to make Shooting Quasar Dragon right now. I don't use Photon Pulse Dragon's level change effect, so I can special summon. That's a common misconception. And yeah, while I'm just doing what I gotta do, yeah, here I make the mistake of going to Quasar before using my Desynchro. So yeah, I go into Quasar. My hand still has a lot of options in it for me to go off. And so I'm debating what to use with Cross, and since I have that unlimited source of level 1 monsters in Level Leader with Quasar on the field, that's really a resource that you want to have in a duel, especially in the late stage. So here he's asking me, that's a huge combo, do you get that off all the time? I tell him maybe 50 to 60%. That's probably an exaggeration because I face meta a lot. But yeah, I'd say it's around that, wouldn't you? And then I'd throw up the latest stat. I think it's that. It may be something else entirely. I haven't checked the scoreboard in a while. But yeah, he sets 1. I draw Mind Control. Let's see what I can get. If this is level 2, I can go Quasar.
I know what you came here to do. Now bust it open, let me see you get loose. It's going down for it.
And I don't play Armades. Yeah, I could have made a double Quasar, but I don't play a level 5 non-synchro, non-Reagan monster. Which is a shame, because if I did, you guys could have seen an awesome double Quasar. Yeah, that's the audio edit I was talking about. It's nothing special. I mean, whatever. It's what yeah. That's about as complex as the Movie Maker gets for you guys. So, he offers me a rematch. I, of course, accept. I don't know why I accepted. I hate Yang Zings. They're in the same boat as Stellar Knights, in my opinion. Any deck that runs Skill Drain and more back row than monsters is just cancer. It's a blight on the game. So he sets 4 back row, 4 cards, sorry, not 4 back row, 3 back row, 1 monster. And at least 1 Chalice is back there. And I'm trying to figure out what to do. I Mind Control to see if I can get anything. No, it's a Bixie. And so I open up double Desynchro, and there's nothing I can really do. I can't make a play from here. I could have... No, yeah, I could have swung in for damage, but that wouldn't have done me any good. I flip up his Bixie because there's no reason not for me to flip up his Bixie in case I forget what it is later or something like that. I suppose, no, never mind. There really is no reason for me not to flip up his Bixie, so I just do it. There he uses Duality again, gets another Forbidden Chalice, and he sets that, so he's Forbidden Chaliced up. And there's not much I can do, so I summon out Glow Up Bulb. And here my plan is to Black Rose's field. And I don't care. Yeah, my plan is to Black Rose's field. So I go into Orient Dragon, then I go into Black Rose Dragon, and I use its effect. He uses Forbidden Chalice, which he's extremely long-winded about doing. So he's not flipping it up, so... Yep. So I put that back, special summon that, special summon that. Go for Rose again. And then I use my second Desynchro and blow up everything. But he's slow in the uptake. He didn't see the second Desynchro. I don't blame him. I have a tendency to kind of speed through things. Here I was debating whether or not to use Black Rose Dragon's effect to blow up the field, actually, because it could have been a lot more profitable to just use its effect to banish Glow Up Bulb and switch something to attack mode. But now that I see they had Creation face down, I'm kind of not. I'm not having that. So yeah, I get rid of Dark Hole and Yang Zing Creation, so that's kind of a plus, but now I have to deal with Armades. Man, why couldn't you summon Armades last game? If I would have had that on my field, I would have been golden. And I don't get why people declare what level they're synchroing for. I mean, it's not like it's a complex thing. Yeah, he rips the Yang Zing path. I just don't get why people say wrong card, sorry. No, man, just admit you played the wrong card and take your move back like a man. Just admit that you made a mistake. Don't say, wrong card, mate. No, I'm not going to believe that was a misclick, but whatever. Yeah, so there he plays Power Duality. After he gets his sweet little +1. His little pot of Yang Zing Avarice. I get a message from my boy Rex 2900. He's a subscriber, much like Poderpoo. So I admit defeat them back out of there. And we're moving on to our third duel, technically the fourth, against Cry Wolf 23T. And so I start and I activate Upstart Goblin. I'm debating what to do. I can make a Reagan, so of course I'm going to do that. And how off I go is going to depend on what this draw muscle gets me. If it gets me a spell, I can go super off. Well, Desynchro is kind of unwelcome, because I can't really do much with a Reagan at the current moment. So I just decided to pass. I can always do something more later. The fact that I have Cerebro in my hand and Reagan on the field means I can always go into a Black Rose Dragon or a Michael the Arclight Torn if things get super bad. And yeah, it's battling Boxers. Dinotherium just became the most dead card I could have possibly had. And he doesn't attack, and I just go for whatever play I can. I use 1 day apiece, draw a card. I make a slight misplay in not summoning Dinotherium before he gets a monster on the field. But whatever, it's what you gotta do. So here I'm trying to figure out what I want to do, because obviously his back row could be anything. So here's Solemn Warning, and right now I'm trying to see if Tuning Rare would resolve, and I think because it doesn't say that the Synchro Monster needs to hit the field, I think it would resolve, but again, I'm not entirely sure. I'm far from a pro on rollings. So he goes for another Headgeared, or whatever it's called. Battling, Boxing, Blitzing, Browning, I don't know what it's called. So here I think he's going for Cowboy just to put me in a position where I need to go for a play or die. I get nothing, and chalk that up to another loss. So I'm at 2 wins, 2 losses, going into our third, technically fourth duel here against Mental Pimentel, I think. Mental Pimentel, I don't know. Yeah, so Raven discards nothing, and then I use Grimrose effect to search out the Crust. Nizuchi discards Crust to special summon out Grimro from the graveyard. Then I use Raven's effect to discard Glow Up Bulb, and then I use Glow Up Bulb's effect to special summon it. And then I have a level 4 Grimro, a level 3... Hold on, there's someone... No, never mind. A level 3 Raven and a level... What do you call it? Level 2 Nizuchi. So I can go into both TG Hyperlibrarian and Reagan without any ill effects. And here I'm actually able to kind of go super off because of this TG Hyperlibrarian. And I draw into Soul Charge, and I'm debating what I can do with this Soul Charge to enable me to get a double Quasar. Because I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I love double Quasars. Double Quasars are love, double Quasars are life. But yeah, it turns out there's nothing I can do, so I just draw. Yeah, never mind. I was going to say, luckily rip into that, but I had the Level Leader in the graveyard as insurance. So we get that always nice field of, what do you call it? Quasar and TG Hyperlibrarian. And this guy is, he's kind of upset that, I'm going this off. I guess he's like me, he doesn't like sitting through a long combo, but whatever. I honestly couldn't care less. So here I have Ares Rock Sunrise stuck in my hand, which is a bit of a downside of running 2, because you do run into situations like this. But yeah, I run out of options, and I forget to take the 2,000 damage from Where Art Thou. Luckily, he reminds me, so kudos to you, Mental Pimentel. And yeah, this game is just about winding down. I think if I would have had more time, I could have made a double Quasar, or if I would have had a discard outlet. And I think if this is the last duel that you're going to see me actually go for the double Quasar with the combo I would have done. So it turns out he's playing Noble Knights. He equips Madrao with Destiny, and then I negate Madrao because there's no reason to negate Destiny because it would just re-equip itself. But I negate Madrao. He just scoops it up. Spoiler. And then I'm going to show you guys the combo that I would have done to make 2 Quasars had I would have gone next turn. So luckily I would have drawn the Chawa. I would have discarded the Cerebel to special summon out the Chawa. Get the Cerebel back. Go for what do you call it? Go for Armory Arm with those 2. Then go for Phonon Pulse Dragon with those 2, and I could have made 2 Quasars. But yeah, that's 2 botched double Quasars for you guys, and that's summoning Black Rose Dragon 3 times in one duel. I hope you enjoyed, and have a great day.
Carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are.